So my name's Dilnot. I'm the pastor at Shenley Christian Fellowship here in Milton Keynes. I'd been working as the pastor of this church for some time, and as is often the case, I was heading towards burnout, putting far more hours of work in than technically I should have done. I needed something to escape, and I'd always wanted a motorbike. My dad had a motorbike. But knowing the rate of accidents and injuries and people don't survive from some of those accidents, I thought it'd be more stable to buy a trike, which in theory doesn't fall over. And so I'd found this on eBay, and we went down about a week before the accident took place with a friend of mine to go and buy it and bring it back to Milton Keynes. Joy took our daughter Caris, our youngest daughter, off to the park, whilst I got the trike out of the garage and went for a sort of ride around the estate. The ride went fine, but as I was turning left back into the estate again off the H2 road, we don't exactly know what happened. I think what happened is obviously a motorbike, you lean it to get around a corner. With a trike you can't. So as I pulled and came the steering, I think I probably twisted the throttle. I was in a position where I realised I couldn't help myself. I needed that help from our emergency services. My life basically was in their hands. So to hear the sirens come, to hear them arrive, and to see them crouch down, and get down with you in that position was fantastic. Obviously, the fact that they learn your name and then use your name all the time and are teaching you to stay calm, it just gave me a reassurance that I wasn't on my own. Because I think that the shock of what had happened and the trauma of what had happened, my body was in shock. Having someone there that actually knew what they were doing was a great comfort to me at the time. So we had a fast response car. I think that was first on scene, and then the ambulance itself turned up. The administering of the intravenous paracetamol, blood pressure checks and these other kind of bits and pieces, and stabilising me was vitally important. And the transporting me then from the scene round the corner to where the air ambulance was waiting was again, vital service in the ambulance. I think emotionally I felt initially a shock. I felt stupid having done it, and I think by the time Joy got there, I think I was worried about what she'd say, because she said to me before I started off on my ride, take care, and I was like, yeah, I'll be fine, because you always think you'll be fine, don't you? So yeah, I felt that, but it has included being angry with myself, being upset, breaking down in tears at times. I feeling I may not have had the option of walking my daughter down the aisle maybe one day, maybe seeing my sons graduate one day, grandkid, all that potentially could have been lost in a moment. Thankfully it's not been, but I think the enormity of what had happened and how close I'd come to not being here was just at times too much to bear. And so that the emotional side has taken a lot longer to recover from than the physical side, and it often kind of sneaks up on you when you least expect it, even now. And so I just want to say a massive thanks to the paramedics, to the emergency services. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be here today. My wife wouldn't have her husband, my children wouldn't have their father.